For decades, the internet had a strict speed limit. Us. Every piece of information online, from global databases to your personal messages, had to be manually created and uploaded by a person, hitting keys or clicking a mouse. We were the primary filter for all digital information. We are moving past that limitation. Now, physical objects and environments can perceive the world on their own, capturing data and reporting it to the network without a person ever touching a keyboard. This matters most when a person physically cannot provide input. If an elderly person falls at home or a patient's oxygen levels suddenly crash, they can't log into a device to ask for help. So how does an isolated sensor on a body or a floor catch that physical event and trigger an automated network response without anyone pressing a button? To bypass the manual bottleneck, these systems rely on a 4-stage architecture called the Internet of Things. It allows our physical surroundings to observe events and execute a response the moment they occur. Stage 1 is sensing, occurring at the edge of the network. This is the process of translating physical reality, like heat, light, or movement, into raw digital numbers. Inside a smartphone, a microscopic seismic mass shifts against capacitive plates whenever you move, registering physical force as velocity changes across 3 dimensions. By analyzing these patterns, machine learning algorithms can differentiate a user walking, running, or driving based entirely on the movement signature. Stage 2 is connectivity. Once that raw data is captured, it has to move. It's transmitted outward using protocols like Wi-Fi, Bluetooth Low Energy, or long-range low-power networks. But this creates a massive friction point. Historically, billions of smart devices have struggled to communicate because they were built on proprietary systems, meaning a sensor from one brand couldn't understand a receiver from another. This is why the industry is now deploying Matter. It's an open-source standard designed to unify these devices, giving hardware from different ecosystems a single shared language to communicate. Capturing data at the edge is only useful if the devices have a universal way to send that information to the rest of the network. Stage 3 is processing. This is the computational layer, where those raw, chaotic data streams are analyzed and turned into a clear instruction. Sending data to a distant cloud data center takes time. Instead, fog computing processes data at local nodes near the user. This localized intelligence provides immediate context, determining instantly if a sudden sensor drop is a false alarm or a critical event requiring action. This speed is the difference between a system that reacts too late and one that responds in real time to prevent a failure or save a life. Finally, stage 4 is action. This is where the analyzed data completes the circuit by triggering a physical response in the world. Through the social Internet of Things, devices establish their own networks to complete complex tasks. An air conditioner, power sensor, and analytics engine can link up to analyze a house's power patterns, comparing them against the community to optimize cooling automatically. The real impact of this technology isn't just remote control. It's a self-managing ecosystem of machines collaborating to maintain our infrastructure. Digital intelligence is now mapped directly onto the physical world. The environment itself is becoming aware of the events happening within it. When this loop scales to a global level, our world moves from reactive to predictive. We see this in automated agriculture, where irrigation systems adjust their water flow in real time based on incoming weather forecasts and soil moisture sensors. However, an environment that can predict your needs is also an environment that never stops watching. As we move into 2026, the risk of connecting our physical infrastructure to cloud databases is significant. Every sensor that tracks a heartbeat or a home's entry point is a potential target for surveillance or data theft. This makes privacy by design a technical requirement. Protection must be hard-coded into the architecture of the sensors and the network, ensuring data is encrypted and secure from the moment it is captured. While the Internet of Things can automate and optimize the world around us, our individual autonomy depends on how we regulate the intelligence that is now woven into our environment.